Precision and momentum are both key whilst performing iron strikes. Ensure you are attacking into the iron strike with enough force and following through for maximum damage. The percentage of damage inflicted is indicated by the number colours. Look for opportunities to follow through an enemy's weapon into an iron strike or vice versa, and know that all iron strikes cause enemies to flinch. More prominent the heavier weapon you use, and less impactful on more elite enemies. Fundamental to the melee class, iron strikes are the flaming spurts that appear on enemies, generated by filling the blue focus bar underneath an enemy's health. Once combat is joined, focus will automatically accrue based on the weapon's iron strike regen rate. Half of the regen rate will instantly be added upon a light block, with the full amount being awarded on a heavy block. The iron strike damage category of a weapon indicates the amount of iron strikes generated on a full focus bar and the base damage of each one. Blocking is a fundamental skill for the melee class, avoiding damage, building focus, and temporarily destroying your enemy's weapons. Moving your weapon into the way of the enemies is considered a light block. Heavy blocks are performed by intercepting attacks with force, whereas blocks with the shield reduce their hit points, visibly shrinking them. Additionally, when dual wielding, blocking with both blades simultaneously has additional benefits, as does blocking with the space between your hands with shafted weaponry. Upon completing a boss and finishing a level, you will be offered a weapon upgrade. Although choices vary dependent on your starting selection, you will always be offered an evolution of what you currently have. The other options may give you a complete change or variation on your current fighting style. Know that providing you are following the right weapon line, there is an equal chance that you will be offered the weapon that you are after, and be aware that your third choice after the second boss will be the weapon that you complete the run with. Although skills earned during a run are temporary, the upgrades you unlock via Tekka are permanent. Purchased using the echoes harvested from every battle, you'll begin with these upgrades at the start of every run regardless of your weapon selection, with the most expensive having massive impacts on your starting power level. Know that all upgrades have multiple levels of proficiency, and that your selections are never set in stone. You can always reset the entire board for free. Every run will see you acquiring a multitude of skills. Each class has 3 distinct categories, 2 of which will be offered to you each time you complete a beacon. Know that you can hold a maximum of 3 skills per category, and that a skill maxes out at level 3. Enhanced versions of these skills have a percentage chance to appear, and as long as they fit within your current build, they are always worth taking, as they are just better than the regular versions. Slinging spells couldn't be easier. Ready yourself for spellcasting by holding trigger to produce this line, then pass through the bars with the direction of the flare until complete. In most cases, simply releasing trigger will unleash your spell, and know that learning these patterns will greatly increase your spell preparation speed. Although not considered a spell for the purposes of skills, magic missiles can be cast by flicking towards the enemy. Small damage but easy to use and fast to cast. The solo sorcerer has some excellent incantations available to them, the standouts being Storm and Ice. Both are able to damage and delay with their cantrips and arcanum, and have easily learnt spell patterns that can be cast at speed. All Storm spells will immobilize the enemy for 2 seconds, with Ice magic being able to slow for longer. And note that when using icicles, be sure to stagger your shots for a maximum slow time. Dashing allows you to quickly open or close the distance on the enemy. After a dash has been performed, you'll be subject to a 5-second cooldown. However, your dash will be instantly replenished if you are near a kill. Although chambering a dash by holding the right thumbstick forwards or backwards can't be cancelled, the forward dash has this icon to navigate by. A great way to switch engagements by quickly looking at your next opponent and releasing, and in cases of retreat can be used to accurately navigate an object-rich environment. Enemy projectiles can be dealt with in a variety of ways. Magic and melee can easily intercept with their weapon or shield, with missile-based classes being able to shoot the projectiles out of the air. Where you can, try to line these shots up with an enemy to destroy the projectile whilst dishing out damage. Sidestepping with any class is often the easiest solution when not dealing with homing shot, and if you don't have an answer for homing projectiles, simply put cover between you and the enemy. When playing a missile-based class, the worst thing that can happen is a melee enemy closing the distance. Whether your build's not quite there yet, or mistakes have been made, some levels can provide you with a tactical leap opportunity. This option will cost you 100 hit points, which is a small price to pay considering the alternative. Know that your respawn will be at your last completed checkpoint. Maximize the benefit by luring your opponent as far away from where you're going to respawn. During combat, you should always prioritize and strive to deal with the healers first. When in casting range, they will regenerate the health and armor of their injured allies, denoted by this green animation above their health bar. Beware that if all of their allies are healthy, they will cast a nasty homing fireball. Avoid this by doing a small amount of damage to something else before closing in for the kill. Know that enemy healers are easily identified by their deeply hooded form. Echoes in blue will allow you to upgrade and strengthen your character permanently. Complete beacons to earn. Geodes in yellow are exchanged for the many cosmetic items, obtainable when defeating one of the first 3 bosses. Purple essence is rewarded for completely finishing a run, 10 of which are needed to begin your first Archon run, with 2 more needed for each Archon run thereafter. And finally, the red animus is your reward for each Archon defeated, which can be exchanged for geodes. In the free-to-play version, you will need a little more than just geodes to unlock those shiny cosmetics. Green gems are the premium currency, purchasable from within the menus. Be aware that these gems can be awarded each day via gameplay. Defeating all 4 bosses, thus completing a run, will earn you 1 gem, and dispatching a single Archon during their runs will do the same. And know that regardless of the method you choose, you are limited to 1 gem per day. Ekara the Wolf is the first Aeon you will unlock by simply completing the tutorial, allowing solo and multiplayer runs. Nim the Snake will allow you to customize your look, with Tekar the Turtle giving you access to the meta progression. Both unlock after you encounter your first boss. After completing your first run, Bas the Mongoose will throw down various challenges, rewarding you with a higher Echo yield. Completing your second run will unlock Ansira the Owl, unlocking currency conversion. Capturing the action from a unique perspective in your full regala couldn't be easier. Pressing both thumbsticks in simultaneously will activate the orbital camera, which will complete a full 360-degree orbit of your character lasting 12 seconds. Going into your gallery will allow you to review these videos in headset. When connected to computer, go to your DCIM, where you will find an Ironstrike folder containing all of your captured orbital footage. First, enable and max out everything on Vas's challenges, ensuring your Echo gain is showing 12,800%. During your run, each beacon will be worth a large amount of Echoes, however the prize is the Virtue of Greed. Take these as often as you are offered them for a massive 64,000 Echoes. Each time you crash out of a run, spend the Echoes on the upgrades to make the next run slightly easier. Rinse and repeat until you've maxed out your progress, making you your most powerful self. Know that Vas's challenges are set to the individual, not the group. Coordinating with our party, we can exploit this system to increase the amount of Echoes an individual makes. Have one player max out their challenges and take every Virtue of Greed offered, with everyone else playing with no difficulty modifiers. The max challenge player can still help the rest of the group by playing as a caster. When not offered Virtue of Greed, take enchantments to buff allies and curse enemies.